What's going on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you the incredible power of microclimates. So far, we have recorded 6 freezes here on the southeastern coast of North Carolina, with 2 of them getting all the way down to about 25-26 degrees. And these series of freezes fried my summer garden. All the tomatoes, all the peppers, cucumbers, zucchini, basil plants, they are long dead, and they've been dead for so long, they're actually in the process of rotting. But it's the middle of December and we're in North Carolina. We're not in the tropics here, so it's no surprise that our summer vegetable garden has been dead for weeks. On any given year, everything's going to be long dead by now. No big deal. However, this has been very instructive on learning how microclimates play a role in my yard. For example, my vegetable garden's in the middle of my yard. It has basically no protection, so it is open to the elements. So it's no surprise that a series of freezes would have killed everything freeze sensitive there. This right here is the south wall of my house. Because I live in the northern hemisphere, the sun tracks along the southern sky all day, which the brick along the house absorbs and then radiates back at night. In the northern hemisphere, the southern wall is the warm wall of your house. And by the way, this is reversed in the southern hemisphere, where the north wall is your warm wall. And this is why I have chose to grow things like citrus and avocado trees that are dwarf varieties up against the southern exposure of my house. It adds a tremendous amount of warmth and protection. And this little corner right here is the warmest area in my entire yard. And what you see in this corner is almost unfathomable. This is a basil plant that I planted all the way back in February or March in this little container right here, growing in the protection of this corner. I have frost protection overhead with the soffit. I have the warm wall of the southern wall of the house, which radiates heat, and I also have this wall right here from the sunroom, which also helps radiate heat. So I have this incredible microclimate that is at least 7 to 8 degrees warmer than the rest of my yard. That will show you why this Meyer lemon tree right here is so darn healthy, despite it being a little bit cold sensitive. But here's the even crazier thing. This is the north side of my house, and on the north side I have this cold hardy Trachycarpus windmill palm that's growing right here, and at the bottom of the windmill palm you see this little dwarf emerald giant tomato plant that I planted about 2 months ago just to see how long it would live, is still surviving under the protection of that palm tree and with the radiative heat of the north side of my house. That is absolutely incredible that even along the northern exposure I'm getting that much cold protection. This is why I'm such a believer in planting dwarfing edibles as foundation plantings along my house. The amount of protection that you get from wind and cold is just incredible. So while tropicals like these bananas that you see right here are absolutely trashed from all the freezes, and the rest of my summer garden is in total shambles, things like tomato plants and basil plants can still survive in these protected locations. Now look, when you rely solely on radiative heat and protection of microclimates from your house, nothing is 100%, but it does go to show you the real power of season extension. And it's why I'm growing some romaine lettuce in this 20-gallon fabric grow bag right here. It's going to get down into the low 20s this week, and my garden is just, it's too vulnerable for something somewhat frost sensitive like romaine. But here in this protected corner, it will do very well even if it drops below freezing and kills the basil. These microclimates can also provide protection from the summer heat as well. So always make sure you use the correct microclimates to your advantage. And if you're looking for more active means of cold protection like I use on my citrus trees, right here, I'll link to a video both above and down in the video description that will show you how I can add 10 to 15 degrees of cold protection to my citrus and avocado trees safely and reliably. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.